Do you remember the wild designs and quirky trends of the 1970s? From bold fashion to experimental music, the decade left its mark on cars too. Was it the quirky shapes, the bizarre colors, or the combination of both? In the 1970s, car manufacturers took daring leaps in design, sometimes resulting in cars that were, well, less than appealing. These weren't just any cars. They were the kind that stood out for all the wrong reasons. Join us as we explore the 13 ugliest cars from the 1970s that nobody wants back. Number 13. 1973 Reliant Robin. Three-wheel cars don't have to be ugly, although many are. The problem with the Reliant Robin was not just its looks, but also its air of desperation. Its predecessor, the ironically named Reliant Regal, managed to retain a slight semblance of visual dignity. In contrast, the Robin appears like the kind of vehicle you buy when you cannot afford a real car. Its austere and goggled-eyed design give it a sub-car status, as if it is begging for a bit of affection, which it seldom receives. The Reliant Robin first rolled off the production line in October 1973, replacing the Reliant Regal. Over 30 years, it went through several versions: MK1, MK2, and MK3. The Robin's unique three-wheel design made it stand out on the roads. Styled by Ogle Designs, the same firm that created the Bond Bug and Reliant Scimitar, it had a distinctive look. Initially, the Robin came with a 750 cubic centimeter engine, but in 1975 it received an upgrade to an 850 cubic centimeter engine. Despite its unconventional appearance, the Reliant Robin was capable of reaching impressive speeds for its time. It could achieve speeds of 70 to 85 miles per hour, equivalent to 113 to 137 kilometers per hour, which was notable during the 1970s fuel crisis. The vehicle featured a 4-speed manual all-synchro mesh transmission, adding to its drivability. Although often ridiculed for its looks and perceived inferiority, the Reliant Robin had unique features that made it a notable part of automotive history. Its speed and design set it apart, even if it did not always garner the affection it sought. Number 12. 1974 Sebring Vanguard City Car. If you've ever wondered how electric cars gained a reputation as nothing more than fancy golf carts, let's dive into the story of the city car. Created by a company called Sebring Vanguard, this vehicle truly resembled a glorified golf cart in its early days. Production started in 1974 under Sebring Vanguard Incorporation, continuing until 1977. Later, Commuter Vehicles Incorporated took over and rebranded it as the Commuter Car from 1979 to 1982. The city car's design was heavily influenced by the club car golf carts, featuring a distinctive wedge-shaped body. In its early iterations, it was incredibly basic, lacking any luxuries, a straightforward, no-frills vehicle designed purely for transportation. Initially equipped with a 2.5 horsepower motor, later upgraded to 6. Its design was so simple that its wheel chalk-shaped body likely didn't cost much to develop. Despite its unassuming appearance, the city car managed a respectable 40-mile range on a single charge. However, its performance left much to be desired, with a leisurely acceleration to a top speed of 25 miles per hour in about 6.2 seconds. In the late 1970s, Commuter Vehicles acquired the design and rechristened it the Commuter Car. They attempted to enhance its safety with some questionable bumper extensions, though its inherent design flaws still made it a risky ride. The vehicle's lack of speed and somewhat comical appearance often led to more embarrassment than utility for its drivers. Number 11. 1975 AMC Pacer. The 1975 AMC Pacer was a truly unique car that defied conventional automotive design in several ways. Its distinctiveness stemmed from its unconventional appearance and features. One of its most striking characteristics was its unusually low and wide body, which would give it a rather unconventional stance reminiscent of an overfed toad due to its wide and squat profile. Notably, the passenger side door was considerably larger than the driver's side door, adding to its eccentric appearance. Furthermore, the rear end of the car seemed hastily designed, almost as if the designers had improvised by attaching a glass tub to complete the vehicle's look. Production-wise, the AMC Pacer was on the roads from 1975 until 1980. Its design departed from the typical three-box car designs of its time, opting instead for a more rounded shape with extensive glass areas, earning it the nickname Flying Fishbowl because of its exceptional visibility due to its high proportion of glass surface area, which accounted for approximately 37% of its exterior. The Pacer was promoted as the first wide small car, boasting a substantial width of 71 inches, which made it stand out from other small cars of its era, although it did not conform to the traditional definition of small cars. Originally, it was intended to accommodate a rotary engine. but this plan was abandoned, and it eventually utilized AMC's own inline six-cylinder engines, which affected its power output and contributed to its mixed reputation. Despite its initial popularity, the AMC Pacer faced criticism for its underwhelming power. Limited rear seat space, and unremarkable suspension. Its unconventional proportion and design choices, particularly its low, wide stance and seemingly hastily designed rear end, contributed to its polarizing reputation in the automotive world. Number 10. 1973 Volkswagen Type 181. The Volkswagen Type 181, first introduced in the late 1960s, was originally designed as a military vehicle for the West German government. However, its destiny took a turn when it later became available for civilian use. This transmission was met with mixed reactions due to its unconventional appearance and utilitarian design. The Type 181 earned the nickname Thing, which aptly reflected its unique and somewhat polarizing aesthetics. Manufactured by Volkswagen from 1968 to 1983, the Type 181 featured a distinctive blend of contemporary design elements typical of Volkswagen vehicles from that era. It was built on a floor-pan chassis with an all-steel body, characteristics of its robust military roots. Powering the Type 181 was a rear-mounted, air-cooled, horizontally opposed 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine, delivering 46 horsepower. One of its notable features was its adaptability. All four doors were removable, allowing for an open-air driving experience when desired. Additionally, the windshield could be folded flat, and the convertible roof could be completely removed, enhancing its versatility for various driving conditions. Inside, the Type 181 boasted a minimalist interior, featuring vinyl-covered bucket seats, painted sheet metal, drain holes, and perforated rubber mats. This stark interior design further emphasized its practicality over comfort or luxury. Despite its functional design, the Type 181 struggled to appeal to everyone aesthetically. Its unconventional appearance, resembling a hybrid of a military Jeep and a beach buggy, contributed to its reputation as one of the less conventionally attractive vehicles of its time. Number 9. 1970 AMC Gremlin. The AMC Gremlin was an unconventional car that lived up to its name and appearance. Resembling a child's hasty doodle, it featured a notably long hood and a chopped-off rear end. These design choices, along with various flaws, contributed to its polarizing reputation. Despite its quirks, the Gremlin gained popularity and was produced by American Motors Corporation from 1970 to 1978 in the United States. In Mexico, production continued under AMC from 1974 to 1983. Inspired by the AMC AMX GT concept car, the Gremlin was built on a shortened Hornet platform, featuring a distinct camback tail and a two-door body style that set it apart in the subcompact segment. It offered a range of engine options including the 3,258cc AMC 199 i6, 3,801cc AMC 232 i6, and the 4,978cc AMC 304 V8. Despite its engine variations, the Gremlin wasn't known for high performance. Instead, it prioritized fuel efficiency, reflecting its role as an economy car. Transmission choices included a 3- or 4-speed Borg-Warner manual, a 3-speed with Laycock to Normanville overdrive, a 3-speed Borg-Warner automatic, and a 3-speed Chrysler TorqueFlite automatic. The Gremlin's unconventional appearance, marked by its elongated hood and truncated rear end, led to mixed reviews. However, these very quirks contributed to its popularity, making it a sales success for AMC. Interestingly, the Gremlin even attracted attention from notable figures like future U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton and George W. Bush. Despite its initial success, the Gremlin's production came to an end after 8 years, and AMC, its parent company, eventually faced its own decline. Number 8. 1970 Bond Bug. The Bond Bug, a peculiar English car from the 1970s, couldn't be further from the sophistication and style associated with the iconic British secret agent 007. Instead, this three-wheeler was once famously likened to a budget hot tub equipped with a windshield and headlights. Despite its enthusiastic launch as a new mode of transportation, the Bond Bug had a brief production span of just 4 years before fading into obscurity. Produced between 1970 and 1974, the Bond Bug made a notable impression during its short existence, albeit often for unconventional reasons. One of its standout features was its three-wheel design, a departure from the standard four-wheel setup of traditional cars. Painted in a vibrant shade officially named Sunrise Orange, the car embodied the bold style of the 1970s, making it hard to miss on the road. Its most distinctive feature, perhaps, was the forward hinged canopy roof that opened akin to a fighter jet cockpit, adding a touch of adventure to every entrance and exit. Under the hood, the Bond Bug housed a modest 700cc air-cooled two-cylinder engine. With an output of around 29 horsepower, it wasn't built for speed records, but rather for quirky urban commuting. Its transmission was straightforward too, employing a 4-speed manual setup rather than the more modern automatic transmission options of its time. Despite its unique design and adventurous appeal, the Bond Bug struggled with its aesthetic appeal. Its 3-wheel configuration and bubble-like canopy gave it a distinctively unconventional appearance that divided opinions. While some appreciated its fun and quirky nature, others criticized its lack of elegance compared to the sleek, refined image of James Bond's iconic Aston Martin. Number 7. 1975 Bricklin SV1. The Bricklin SV1 had a promising design concept, but suffered from flawed execution, resulting in a final product that was widely criticized.
This piece of oak timber, whatever is back here, is just...
It's just this giant rectangle.
Yeah.
The oak timber, by the way.
Its appearance was often likened to that of an overweight duck preparing for flight, primarily due to its awkward proportions and design choices. Inside, the car faced additional scrutiny for its poor build quality, limited visibility, and uncomfortable seating, detracting from the overall driving experience. Production of the Bricklin SV1 spanned from 1974 to late 1975, marking a brief but impactful stint in automotive history. Despite its short existence, the SV1 left a lasting impression, albeit not always a positive one. One of its standout features was the distinctive gull-wing doors, which opened upwards, adding a futuristic touch that caught the eye of many enthusiasts. The SV1 also featured a unique composite bodywork, blending color-impregnated acrylic resin with fiberglass for a lightweight yet unconventional design. Safety was a significant focus, as indicated by the SV in its name, standing for Safety Vehicle. The car boasted a robust steel cage, energy-absorbing bumpers, and an integrated rollover structure to enhance passenger safety. Under the hood, the SV1 housed a powerful 351 cubic inch 5.8-liter Ford Windsor V8 engine, delivering respectable horsepower for its time. Paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission, the SV1 offered a smooth driving experience on the road. Despite its innovative features, the SV1 earned a reputation for being one of the ugliest cars due to its design shortcomings and brief production run. Its failure to achieve widespread success underscored the challenges of translating ambitious design ideas into practical and appealing vehicles. Even with advanced safety features, the SV1 struggled to overcome its design flaws, contributing to its eventual discontinuation after just 2 years on the market. Number 6. 1977 Volvo 262C. The Volvo 262C, produced from 1977 to 1981, made a notable but mixed impression in the automotive world. Its collaboration with Italian coach builder Bertone resulted in some unconventional design choices that defined its unique appearance. Most striking was the chopped roofline, where Bertone shaved off 2.6 inches from the roof of the 262 GL Coupes, giving the car a distinctively flattened look from above. This design choice, however, compromised interior space, particularly headroom, which posed challenges for taller drivers. Anyone over 6 feet tall might find themselves uncomfortably close to the ceiling. Under the hood, the 262C housed a 2.7-liter V6 engine, offering respectable performance without claiming to be a high-performance powerhouse. Paired with a straightforward 3-speed automatic transmission, the 262C focused more on comfort and cruising than on sporty driving dynamics. Despite its unique features, the 262C faced criticism for its aesthetics. Many attributed its inclusion on lists of the ugliest cars to design oversights, such as Volvo's decision to skip the clay model phase, resulting in awkward proportions and an overall design that failed to resonate with mainstream tastes. Nevertheless, despite its polarizing appearance, over 6,600 units were produced, suggesting that there was a niche market for its distinctive style. The 262C remains a testament to Volvo's willingness to experiment and collaborate with external designers, even if the final product didn't universally win over automotive enthusiasts. Number 5. 1970 Porsche 914. Designing a mid-engine car that looks balanced is a challenge, though Chevrolet seems to have achieved it with their latest model. However, the Porsche 914 stands out for more than just its unusual proportions, particularly the vast space between the B-pillar and rear wheel.
Everything is below the axle. Yeah,
yes.
Really fascinating.
Low center of gravity makes a car fast on the racetrack.
The 914's distinctiveness lies in its quirky design elements, the awkwardly sloped greenhouse, boxy bodywork, and minimalist lines. These features collectively give it a nerdy appearance, yet one that embraces its unique character without apology. While some might find its dorky charm appealing, others may not see it as traditionally attractive for a Porsche, a brand known for aspirational designs that stir dreams rather than reflect everyday reality.
factory built as a race car.
Right.
And this is one of the very few. In fact,
Production-wise, the Porsche 914, also known as the VW Porsche 914, graced the automotive scene from 1969 to 1976. It was available as a targa-topped two-seat roadster, offering a choice between flat-4 and flat-6 engines. Collaborating with Italian coach builder Bertone led to some interesting outcomes, notably a chopped roofline that reduced headroom, making it a challenge for taller drivers. Despite its unconventional appearance, the 914 housed various engines ranging from 1.7 liters to 2-liter Volkswagen Type 4 flat 4s, delivering respectable horsepower for comfortable cruising. Number 4. 1976 Chevrolet Chevette. The Chevette, launched in 1976, arrived with a design that was already considered outdated by automotive standards of the time. Despite this, it managed to achieve significant commercial success, selling a notable 450,000 units in 1980 alone. The primary factor behind its popularity was its affordability. It was priced low enough to attract a wide customer base, despite its less than modern appearance. Some critics even joked that with its design, it might as well have been offered for free. In terms of appearance, the Chevette was a straightforward, no-frills subcompact car, prioritizing practicality over luxury. Its design lacked any distinctive or innovative elements, but offered a functional layout that appealed to practical-minded consumers. Under the hood, the Chevette came with several engine options, but despite its range of engines, the Chevette was not known for its powerful performance, fitting modest power outputs typical for its era. Transmission options varied depending on the model. Gasoline versions could be equipped with a 4-speed Saginaw manual, a 5-speed Borg-Warner T5 manual, or a 3-speed GM Turbo-Hydromatic TH200 transmission. Critically, the Chevette's unappealing design was widely criticized during its time. Its boxy shape, lack of aesthetic appeal, and basic construction earned it a reputation as one of the ugliest cars of its era. Number 3. 1970 Saab Sonnet 3. The Saab Sonnet 3, produced from 1970 to 1974, was Saab's attempt to capture the American market, known for its preference for cars with large front overhangs. This model sported an exaggerated front end, partly due to the addition of a bulky 5-mile-per-hour bumper, which humorously exaggerated American automotive tastes. However, the elongated nose and its mismatch with the shortened rear gave the Sonnet 3 an awkward appearance, not well received in the aesthetics department. It wasn't until the Saab 900 debuted that Americans began to take Saab seriously, largely due to its more refined design and improved proportions. The Sonnet 3 featured unique design elements aimed at aerodynamic efficiency, such as a low-slung fiberglass fastback body mounted on a welded steel chassis. Inside, the coupe boasted distinctive features like an exposed internal roll bar and one-piece fiberglass shell seats. Under its hood, the Sonnet 3 housed a modest 840cc two-stroke 3-cylinder engine, borrowed from the Saab 850 Monte Carlo, delivering 60 horsepower. While not powerful by contemporary standards, its lightweight construction and spirited driving capabilities were notable. Despite its engineering innovations, the Sonnet 3's design quirks, especially its disproportionate front and rear ends, contributed to its reputation as an unconventional and, to some, unattractive sports car in Saab's history. Number 2. 1972 Subaru GL Coupe. Subaru, along with other Japanese automakers, was steadily gaining ground in the U.S. markets by offering practical, efficient small cars that prioritize sensibility over style. However, their attempt at injecting some flair into their lineup with the Subaru GL Coupe resulted in what many considered an aesthetic misstep. The GL Coupe was introduced in 1971 as part of Subaru's efforts to appeal to American taste for sporty-looking cars characterized by a long hood and short deck. The design of the GL Coupe aimed to mimic the styling cues of American sport coupes popular during that era. Sold primarily as a two-door coupe, it featured distinctive trim levels like DL, GL, and GSR. Underneath its sporty appearance, the GL Coupe boasted a front-wheel drive layout and offered a choice between 4-speed and 5-speed manual transmissions, alongside a 3-speed automatic option. What made the GL Coupe infamous was its peculiar design flaw. Legend has it that the initial models were just a tad too long to fit nearly into the shipping crates destined for North America. Rather than re-engineering the crates, Subaru's solution was to shorten the car by cutting 8 inches off the tail. This makeshift adjustment included adding a new bumper and taillights before sending it off to market, which contributed to its distinctive but divisive appearance. Number 1. 1975 Chrysler Cordoba. The Chrysler Cordoba was designed in the mid-1970s as a personal luxury car, aimed at offering both comfort and style to discerning buyers. This two-door luxury coupe was notable for its extravagant size, measuring nearly 18 feet in length, a considerable dimension even by the standards of that era. Despite its vast exterior, the Cordoba surprisingly accommodated only 4 passengers. The design of the Cordoba often drew criticism for its peculiar aesthetic choices. The headlights appeared somewhat awkwardly positioned beside a boxy radiator grille, contributing to its controversial appearance resembling that of a large boat on wheels. Under the hood, the Cordoba featured a range of engine options, including a base 318 cubic inch V8 engine that provided sufficient power for smooth cruising. Optional upgrades included larger V8 engines like the 360 and 400 cubic inch variants, catering to those seeking more robust performance. Despite its size and power, the Cordoba was not renowned for high-performance capabilities. Instead, it focused on delivering a comfortable driving experience, aided by automatic transmissions like the 3-speed Torque Flight Automatic. The 1970s brought forth a variety of car designs that were bold and experimental, yet some missed the mark in terms of aesthetic appeal. Which of these ugly cars surprised you the most? Like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing automotive content.